very informative. Next up, we have Greg Riddle from Northern Light Consulting. Greg's going to talk about delivering innovation to support sustainable aquaculture, sustainable growth in aquaculture. Over to you, Greg.
Thank you very much, Fraser. I'm hoping everyone can hear me and see the right presentation up on the screen. I'm here partly to introduce our business and also to talk about innovation in the sector. So we are Northern Light Consulting. We were established in 2013, based in Fort William since 2017, and with an office in Larmore Industrial Estate. We've grown our company year on year, still quite small, team of 4. Our core business is project management for engineering and construction works, business strategy and innovation. And our work is focused on the aquaculture industry and the wider blue economy. We have a diverse team with different skills and experience. The photos on the screen just now are from the recent campaign, No Wrong Path, by Developing the Young Workforce. The logos at the bottom are some of our previous employers. So on the left, we have Shona McClay. She's a chartered civil engineer who started work as a site engineer for a contractor building a new harbour up in Orkney. She was then a civil engineer for Orkney and Murray councils on marine, flood protection and structural design work before joining a large international consulting engineer. On the right, we have Mary, who has a degree in business and marketing. And before joining us, she was with Ferguson Transport, local business, large local business, who are very much part of the aquaculture supply chain. Not pictured is Sarah, who has a degree in science and management, and she started her working life as a sales rep for a concrete supplier before moving on to Mars Confectionery, Coca-Cola, and a large wholesaler supplying the hospitality industry. In 2007, I think she joined the dark side, first of all with Marine Harvest, as it was known back in the day, starting the same day as Mr. Ben Hadfield, and then Scottish Sea Farms, and then moving on to Aquascot processor based in Alness. My background is in construction management with various civil engineering contractors, including Morrison Construction and Balfour Beatty, and a lot of my experience has been around building waste and water treatment works before moving on into business development and tendering for contracts. So you might ask, how did we get here, living in the West Highlands and working in the environment that we do? The answer is the aquaculture industry. That's what's brought us here. We have transferable skills which can benefit the industry as it grows and matures. By combining our skills and experience, we can provide a service to the full value chain, suppliers, producers, processors, and retailers. And the organisations we work with range from micro enterprises and startups to large multinationals, and also industry bodies, academic institutions, and third sector organisations. Our work is highly varied. Recently, I was on a site to discuss some work to upgrade a process, whilst at the same time, another member of the team was auditing the same site for a major retailer, or quickly swapping hats from buying to selling. We are agile and flexible. What we do is built on industry knowledge, integrity, and a passion to drive the sector forward, with innovation at the core. Some of the speakers later on will be talking about skills, attracting talent, what it's like to work in the sector, and the range of careers available. What we have found, and the message we should be sending potential recruits, is this: aquaculture is still a relatively young industry with huge growth potential. As the industry grows, there will be new investment, new developments, and new challenges to solve, whilst driving increased sustainability and corporate social responsibility. Aquaculture is an exciting place to work. There are limitless opportunities to innovate and to make a difference doing something you believe in. To briefly introduce a couple of our projects, I'm going to start with Corpic Marina. It's a £3.3 million project which started on site in June 2020. You may have noticed it's not an aquaculture project, but it's still very much related to the blue economy, and it's getting built just along the road from here at the end of the Caledonian Canal. Our client is a community regeneration company who are building it. The intention is to provide safe access to the sea, something which is lacking at the moment from the outdoor capital of the UK, in order to regenerate the area and create new jobs. The works include marine and civil engineering works to construct a new car park and slipway, building works for a new facilities building including cafe and visitor centre, and the installation of breakwaters and pontoons to provide 45 berths. And our work has included raising grant funding to build the project, 2.3 million to date, engaging with stakeholders and securing support, outline design of the civil engineering and building works, securing licenses and consents, managing the contracts, reporting progress and costs, pretty much everything to keep the thing running smoothly. The second project example we've chosen to show you is Barcaldine Freshwater Hatchery. This is a £50 million project for Scottish Sea Farms, which is the largest aquaculture facility in the UK, producing around 1,600 tonnes of smolt annually. The building has an 18,000 metre footprint, which includes offices, labs and on-call accommodation. And the production is split into 12 departments, individual biosecure units, each with their own dedicated water treatment plant. 12,000 cubic metres of water in the tanks is recirculated at least twice every hour, with recycling and reuse of around 99% of the water used in the process. And the fish spend 8 to 10 weeks in each department before moving into progressively larger tanks. The water supply comes from a private reservoir with a total capacity of just over 100,000 megalitres, which is filtered and usually treated before use. And the effluent is treated by filtration to remove particles and suspended solids, and the sludge from the filters thickened to 15% dry solids prior to disposal off-site. The site also uses highly efficient water source heat pumps for heating and cooling of processed water, and includes automated feeding systems, grading and vaccination equipment. So we started work on the project in November 2013, delivering feasibility studies, budget costs and outline concept design. Site selection commenced in January 2015 with over 44 potential locations evaluated, and in 2016 we issued the first tender documents, appointing the aquaculture designer and lead consultant in the autumn. Demolition and enabling works on site commenced in January 2017, and the main contractor Robertson Construction, also from Fort William office, started work in August 2017, with Billund Aquaculture of Denmark undertaking the process design and installation. So during the design and construction phases, we've been responsible for project management, design liaison, site supervision, and contract administration, including the procurement and management of up to 20 specialist contractors appointed directly by the client. It was an interesting and challenging project with an extremely tight programme, and the design process still in progress through the majority of the construction phase. Innovative design features have been incorporated throughout. This is the most technically complex and advanced facility in the UK. The first intake of eggs was in November 2018, whilst construction was still ongoing at the other end of the building. So, failing to commission each department on time was not an option, and the facility was completed in December 2019, with the first smolt output the same month. I'm going to move on now to talking about some of the work we do in the innovation space, and I'd like to introduce one of my colleagues, Mary, to talk briefly about our work with the technology company R3 IoT on their connected fish farm. And I'm really hoping the video is going to play properly, so here goes.
Another company we work with within the R&D and innovation sector is R3 IoT. R3 offers dependable connectivity, giving businesses the information they need to make more informed decisions. By using cutting-edge satellite technology, they enable the secure transmission of continuous sensory data from farms located anywhere on Earth back to private clouds, where companies can then access this data collected from their farm. This data could include oxygen, temperature, current, salinity, algae, phosphorus, nitrates from each individual pen, which could then be collected and communicated via the R3 gateway and cloud system. Northern Light have been providing innovation support and acting as aquaculture advisors for R3 for the past year, supporting them following their first deployment at a Scottish farm. We have been working with them to clearly refine and define the technological and the commercial offering. We recently assisted them in a SIF-funded feasibility study to engage with stakeholders throughout the full value chain, from farmers to processors, NGOs to retailers themselves, to ensure that the product is providing a quality service and directly aligns with current challenges facing the industry, in turn making the product commercially viable within the agriculture sector. Having recently secured more funding, we will shortly commence the next stage of industry engagement, further developing growth.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Talk now about some other future innovations coming to the sector, which are currently being developed by local businesses based in the Highlands and Argyll. So on the left, we have Aqua Innovation Limited. We've been working with them for the last 2 years. They're a micro enterprise based in the Highlands who currently have a prototype waste capture system deployed on a fish farm and is successfully recovering waste feed and feces from the cage. We've delivered feasibility studies and business case. We've secured industry support, raised grant funding, and are developing the product design. The next step is to come up with the best way to treat the waste, ideally to create a product with value. And if we can reduce the waste from fish farming activities, this will allow sustainable growth in production. We've also just secured a grant from Seafood Innovation Fund for an R&D project to develop the SeaCat, a prototype closed contained fish farm using precast concrete elements for the structure. This will draw in water from over 20-metre depths and filter it to mitigate against challenges like sea lice and algae, improving fish health and growth. It will provide a more controlled environment for the production and capture all waste. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have the Lysolator, and we've been working with Kermac Aquaculture for the last year to secure funding and industry support to develop the concept. The Lysolator is an innovative and unique cone-shaped device, 2.5 metres squared, 1.6 metres deep, that floats in a fish farm pen. The device attracts juvenile sea lice using a specially selected blue light and compressed air, and the lice are then captured in a reusable filter. It offers an effective, non-intrusive and easy-to-use solution to combat sea lice in marine aquaculture, which has been trialled on 2 farms and is proven to significantly reduce juvenile sea lice by up to 70% and break the life cycle. It also reduces plankton and algae, which impact on gill health. It provides a more sustainable alternative to existing lice treatment solutions, and we are currently seeking funding to build more devices for a full-scale trial deployment. To end this presentation, just by looking to the future, the Aquaculture 2030 strategy, developed by a group of leading businesses and organisations in the sector, identifies the potential to double the economic contribution of the industry to 3.6 billion by 2030, generating over 9,000 new jobs. Tavish Scott spoke earlier about the new SSPO Sustainability Charter, a better future for us all, and the sector ambition to become world leaders in producing healthy food in the most responsible and sustainable way. These themes are echoed by the Global Salmon Initiative, Pathways to the Future, which says that whilst aquaculture is one of the most eco-efficient ways of producing protein, significant change is needed to ensure its sustainable future. From sharing best practice to finding new innovation, collaboration can help accelerate progress towards a more sustainable future for the whole industry. This event today, hosted by Lochaber Chamber, is all about collaboration, coming together as an industry, engaging with stakeholders, sharing information, and finding new innovations. At Northern Light, we believe that innovation is key to solving industry challenges and delivering sustainable growth, and we are in an ideal position to support this development. Thank you very much, Fraser. That's me.
Thank you very much, Greg. Again, very informative and